As soon as we get to the early part of summer, it seems like the bugs just take off and go like crazy, and we've got bugs all over the place. So right now we're seeing aphids like mad, and I know we're going to start seeing a lot of different insects causing havoc and causing a lot of problems in our gardens. Every year I have people come in and they want a natural, organic, and safe way to try and control a lot of insects in their garden. And there's some really good options out there for you. Probably my favorite option for a natural, very safe way to keep insects out of your yard in the first place is the cedar oil. Now it comes in granules. This is called Lawn Shield, and the granules are permeated with cedar oil, and so the granules smell like cedar. Now think about why would you purchase a cedar chest to keep your valuables in there? The cedar actually keeps insects away, so it's a natural insect repellent, and so that's why for generations people have had cedar chests to keep their precious linens, maybe their wedding dress, and a lot of other valuables in there, because the cedar naturally repels insects, so they just don't like it. Same principle with the granules. So you can sprinkle it on the ground around your plants. The smell keeps the insects away, and it works very well on flying insects and on adult insects so that they don't come in and lay their eggs on the plants. It doesn't seem to work as well on the larvae of different insects. So if you've got caterpillars munching on your plants, it's probably not going to keep the caterpillars away, but it will keep the moths away so that they don't come and lay eggs on your plants and the caterpillars nibble on your plants. So the granules, a very easy and safe way to use a repellent in your garden just to keep the insects away. It does come in a liquid form also. This is called Bug Blocker, and it's a liquid, and it smells so good. It smells just like your yard. It smells great. It smells just like you've got a whole forest of cedars in your yard, and it works wonderfully on mosquitoes. It works on all kinds of moths and a lot of beetles as well too. So between the granules or the liquid, you can keep mosquitoes and moths and all kinds of flying insects, flies, completely out of your yard for about 2 weeks. That's about how long it lasts, and they're both safe to use on plants, on vegetables, and around and in your garden and in your flower garden, and it doesn't bother bees or ladybugs or praying mantids either. So works really well on all of our undesirable insects, but allows our beneficial insects to stick around. For some other options, there's also some great ways to control a lot of different insects. This is a horticultural oil. All it is mineral oil, and it does a very nice job on a lot of different insects. Very effective on aphids, very effective on spider mites. So we've had really good control with the mineral oil on spider mites. Does a great job. Spider mites are very difficult to control, and this is a natural, organic way to control the spider mites. Works on thrips, works on a lot of very small, soft-bodied insects, and it actually controls a lot of diseases as well too. So it'll work on leaf spots and rusts and powdery mildew. So it'll control diseases as well as insects. Very safe to use on fruits and vegetables, safe to use around the yard, and again, non-toxic to your pollinators, but you definitely want to make sure and use any of these insecticides, whether they're natural or whether they're synthetic. You want to make sure and use them in the evening before the bees are active again the next day. So I like to use it in the evening when they've gone home for the night, and then it'll have plenty of time to dry and do its thing before the bees come out, the pollinators come out and do their job the next day. So we want to make sure not to spray the flower blossoms, but just spray the plants, and horticultural oil will do a really good job on a lot of different insects. The spinosad is a natural bacteria. This is one of my favorite insecticides. It kills the larva stages of all kinds of insects, and it kills caterpillars like crazy. So very safe to use on fruit trees, very effective on trees for calling moths. You can use it for calling moth control, you can use it for cherry fruit fly maggot, and we can use it for a lot of different insects that are in the larval stages. So it works well on thrips, it works on all kinds of caterpillars, it works on Mexican bean beetles, Colorado potato beetles in the larval stages. So when they're little crawlers, it'll take care of them. Totally safe for people and for pets, and also for beneficial insects. Definitely want to use it in the evening time. And then last but not least, we've got a combination insecticide here where it's neem pie. It's neem oil and pyrethrins. Has a quick kick So it has a quick knockdown, a lot of different insects, and about a 10-day to 2-week residual. Again, safe for fruit trees, safe for fruits and vegetables, very effective on a wide range of different insects and diseases. So this one is very similar to the horticultural oil in the fact it will control diseases as well as insects. So there's some very, very good options out there for you to control insects and diseases with all natural products. Personally, my favorite is the repellent, because if you can keep the insects away in the first place, then you don't have to worry about controlling them later on. So the repellent is, for me, one of the most effective products, and there's a lot of good options for some natural, safe controls for controlling insects around the yard.